Trump acknowledged cutting grocery prices will be very hard. Here's what he said. I'd like to bring them down. It's hard to bring things down once they're up. I think that energy is going to bring them down. I think a better supply chain is going to bring them down, end quote. Bar rescue guy Jon Taffer makes a welcome return to the show. And here he is. All right, Jon, can Trump actually lower prices?
Well, you know, Stuart, there's a lot of spokes in that wheel. Manufacturing, trade deals, distribution, cost of distribution, transportation costs, packaging costs. So there's a lot of elements that control these prices. Also, I might add that I don't think the average CEO wakes up in the morning figuring out how to lower prices. So I think Trump can make a big difference, Stuart. I think energy costs affect so many of those spokes. That can reduce. I think upping production capacity in certain areas can reduce costs as well. But raising income, reducing regulations, and creating optimism in the marketplace is a powerful impact on all of our businesses, even when inflation is still in place.
I'm intrigued at what I think is a wave of optimism that has gone through America. That's the way I perceive it and the people around me. There's a new optimistic outlook. Do you see that in the restaurant business?
Big time, Stuart, including people who voted on the other side are feeling it. You know, I want to remind you, in all the years we've spoken, we went through COVID. The restaurant industry, we went through hell. We came out of COVID, went right into the inflation impact, labor issues, all sorts of issues. So we've had a 5-6 year run, which has been very, very difficult for my industry. So this optimism is very, very welcome. And, you know, let's remember, when there's optimistic environments like this, people spend more, they go out more, they're more festive, they go out to dinner, they have a cocktail, they go out on a Friday night. So this optimism can turn into action. We add that type of revenue and energy to the industry, Stuart, you know, we can get past many of these issues. And I also want to add the regulatory impact. Sure. You know, we're going to have certainty with regard to taxes. We're not going to be worried about that. I think we can have some certainty that we'll see interest rates move down a little bit and that'll get a little more controlled. I think we're going to see certainty and less regulatory restrictions upon all of us. Those are powerful things to help fuel my industry. Yeah. I want to remind us that other than the federal government, the restaurant and hospitality industry is the largest employer in the country. So fueling growth in our industry fuels growth across America.
Here's the other side of the optimism coin. Have you heard about this? Waiters and bartenders in Washington, D.C. say they'll make sure the incoming Trump administration people don't feel welcome. Employees promise to refuse service or employ other small acts of resistance to take back their power. I don't care for that, Jon, and I'm sure you don't either.
Well, when they remove revenues from the business by doing that, who's the idiot then, Stuart?
I like it. I've got to get this in, Jon. Let me go on. You partnered with Shift 4 for the SkyTab rescue mission. There were 5 winners, each received a $20,000 grant and a consultation with you. Okay, you were one of the judges, I think. So what were you looking for when you chose the winners?
Well, we love stories. We love businesses that are connected to community. For example, one of the winners is the only Black-owned comedy club in Harlem. And they're incredibly community-minded, doing such civic work. Another one is a coffee shop operation that gives almost all their profits back to the community. So Shift 4 is owned by Jared Isaacman, who you might remember did the civilian spacewalk just a few weeks ago, and is a very, very dear friend of mine. And this is our effort to help businesses that are really helping their communities and trying to help themselves.
Isaacson's leading NASA in the future, isn't he?
He is. He just came on board to lead NASA, which is unbelievable. Think about a guy whose entire life has been about space. This is his passion. And to think that now he's going to put his fingerprints on NASA and future space travel is very, very exciting. But working together, Jared has a great sense of community and helping. And this is our way to help these 5 businesses and their communities. We're excited about it.
You got a good partner there, Jon. And thanks very much for coming back on the show. See you again real soon. Thank you, Jon Taffer.
Good to see you, Stuart.